Hey, fellow babies, welcome to a 42 show here where we're asking the important questions, like hangovers. Are they truly a sinister plot brought on by the anti-alcohol lobby, or are they just nature's way of regulating your own addictions? I don't know.
It's a sign from God. Or as the Pope would say, cheers, have another one. That would get rid of it.
Well, that's where the joke comes from, right? The drunken old fool. Yeah. So, if you think life is just all puffy little kisses and stuff, maybe think again. And you should everybody knows that this person's foolish because of The Simpsons, right? You know what I mean? You know?
Not at all.
You know? Okay, well, they will. Watch this.
Oh, we're going with that story first then. Okay.
Well, that's the one I had up first, isn't it?
No, it's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you probably missed it because the first story didn't have a thumbnail, so I said it doesn't have a thumbnail.
Okay, I'll go back and look and put it next.
We'll come back.
Okay,
we'll come back. Don't worry. No worry. No, don't. Everybody, look away. No, it's just fine. We'll carry on. Don't worry. Right. A Brazilian man named Mango Sergio Gomes, that's not him right there, tragically died after ingesting a poisonous pufferfish that packs enough venom to kill 30 humans.
Wow.
An unnamed friend, bless him, had reportedly given Magno, 46, the deadly seafood, as a gift. Brazil is reportedly home to 20 species of pufferfish, also known as blowfish. Despite never having ever handled the species before, the Brazilian and his buddy gutted the fish, removed its liver, and then boiled it and ate it with lemon juice.
Wow.
Less than an hour later, both Magno and his friend fell seriously ill. Magno started to feel numb in his mouth, and alarmed, he drove himself to the hospital, whereupon the numbness spread and went into cardiac arrest for 8 minutes. Magno was specifically suffering from the effects of tetrodotoxin, an extremely
But somebody
potent...
gave out his address.
God. God. An extremely potent poison that originates in the liver and gonads of the pufferfish and other marine species. And it's used by the blowfish to deter predators. But the toxin is over 1,000 times deadlier than cyanide with no known antidote.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah. So, unfortunately, 3 days after being admitted, unfortunately, he had several seizures, which greatly affected his brain, leaving little chance of recovery.
Wow.
Luckily, his friend survived, although he's having trouble with his legs. It's probably all the alcohol, but nothing about that. But yeah, he's not walking very well, but he's neurologically impacted, but he is recovering.
Yeah, there's an episode of The Simpsons from way back, earlier Simpsons, and somebody's learning how to do sushi and puffer fish. You got to avoid all the poison spots, right? It's yeah.
Yeah, well, even Japan, it's known, pretty well in Japan, but they apparently see about 50 poisonings a year. But mostly by amateurs who try to take a stab at cooking the fish.
Wow.
Which also in Japan you have to be like specially trained and licensed. I think it is. You have to be to actually cook it and serve it.
I don't understand the draw of eating something that's this close to killing you if not done properly. I'm not playing.
Well. Here's an interesting thing about it because it's also considered a delicacy, where it's locally known as fugu, but some of the people enjoy the slight buzz that comes with ingesting just trace amounts of the toxin. But you remember we had that story a little while back about dolphins who love to play with pufferfish because they get a high by tossing it around. So, yeah.
Maybe they just, dolphins are intelligent enough to know their dose. Right?
Yeah, not going to eat it.
Yeah. Just lick it a little,
Yeah. And the only reason why they're doing that is they can't get any cane toads or glue.
Yeah, never give a dolphin a plastic bag. It's not because it could suffocate in it. It's because it always puts LePage's model glue in there and starts
over the blowhole.
Yeah, big shout out here to our own BME. Threw in a super chat there pre-show. We almost forgot to shout it out here. Dinner money for our furry friend PubChat. Yeah, he loves his shout outs, that's for sure. Cool. Thanks, BME. Awesome. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, yeah, right. A thingamabobber. Republicans in Congress are trying to kill the FCC. If you're unfamiliar, it's the Americans' telecommunication and so on regulatory body. The broadband discrimination rules. Now, what this is, if you get it to its core, is they're trying to, the FCC want to make it so that internet service providers, your ISPs, are not allowed to do a deal with Netflix or Disney Plus where they'll let Disney or Netflix have slightly more bandwidth so you get a better picture than other companies. They're trying to make it so there's no backdoor deals and the internet is open and equal for all. And 65 Republicans have stood up and said, oh, no. And let me just get to the part here. They're saying that the Biden administration is under the guise of equity, attempting to radically expand the federal government's control of all internet services and infrastructure. No, what they're trying to do is take control away from big business and make sure it's fair, open playing field, right? And the Republican group goes on, and this is where it's just ridiculous, but they say it would undoubtedly impede innovation. So a fair playing field somehow impedes innovation. No, it impedes the extra cash grab from no innovation and just being, favored. They say it will burden customers because, when we're not stuffed with one company being better than the other, that's a burden burden, and it will generate censorship concerns.
How?
Yeah, and they're saying it's an unconstitutional power grab. I mean, they're trying to make a fair playing field for all, and they're calling it a power grab. What's going on is the lobby in the background that represent Netflix and everybody are like, no, we make a huge amount of side money on these deals, so you got to fight this for us. And they're like, well, sure, we're Republicans. That's what we do. It's unbelievable. You want a free and open internet for everybody. So if you're in the United States, let the FCC know you support this, and these guys are freaking morons, because this is...
Could somebody please point to the part of the Constitution where the founding fathers laid down the rules for the internet?
Yeah. You know, so but this is a real, like, I mean, you know, it's such an obvious thing that should be. That's you know, you shouldn't have Netflix be better because your cable provider has a deal with them and whatnot, right? That's not right. All streaming services should have the same opportunity because it is the internet. We can't let this stuff happen.
And if they need to innovate to make their stream better, then they can innovate.
That's right.
Not just give them bigger bandwidth. And
exactly.
Besides, they could literally push everybody else off the internet.
Yeah.
So you have to get everything through Netflix or Disney.
Exactly.
Like, you know, you have to go to the Amazon store via the Disney store or whatever.
Exactly.
You know.
It's so bad. So, once again, humanity has proved that the lobby, when it pertains to government and, you know, new laws, rules, regulations and stuff, are corrupt to the core, and you can't be trusted by anyone.
Talking about not being able to be trusted.
Uh-oh. BME gave out a Shills membership. Woohoo!
See, we can't trust people not to give out memberships here.
And it went to Shelly Winters. So, hey, Shelly, welcome to the Shills family there, the membership family. And thanks, BME. Cool. I wonder if it'll work. There it goes. Woohoo! Yeah, all right. So, no, this isn't a picture of North Korea. I found it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, are we doing the right story?
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, an inquisitive raccoon fiddled with electricity equipment in Toronto and cut power for thousands in the downtown core late on Thursday, knocking out traffic lights in Canada's largest city and trapping some people in elevators.
It was PubChat.
Literally trapping them in, just locking them in. When crews investigated the damage, determined that the nocturnal mammal made contact with equipment at a downtown Toronto station. Spokesperson for Hydro One said the raccoon did not survive the contact. Can we all just share a moment's thought for Buckshot's brothers out there who just laid their life down on the railway tracks?
Could have been a cousin, man. You know,
yeah. Oh, this cable looks tasty. But, according to think tank Electricity Canada, squirrels are far more the most common culprit when it comes to animal-related outages. What's happening with all these animals just like throwing themselves against connections?
I mean, I think...
becoming furry switches.
I think there's an issue with mental health in the animal community, and it's just, they're getting a little suicidal.
You can't say that. You can't say that word.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Not on YouTube.
Suicidal Tendencies, the band. That's what I was talking about. There we go.
But the power outage on Thursday hit
all he wanted was a fucking Pepsi,
God. Where was it? The power outage on Thursday hit areas about 2 kilometers from the CN Tower landmark and left about 7,000 people in the dark for nearly 3 hours. Well, the Canadians are always in the dark. What are you talking about? The city's fire department said it had to respond to a higher number of elevator rescues due to the power cuts. They should make them run on gas, I think.
Yeah, exactly, right? On raccoons, you could just have them doing, pedal power or something.
Oh, Poor Buckchuck's little friend there.
Yeah. So let me flip over here to what the hell was I supposed to do? This one. Muskwatch 2024. And Tesla's week just gets worse and worse because now they got fines, a safety investigation, and a massive recall. Now, yeah, but the fines part is the one that's really interesting. Well, aside from recalling a couple million vehicles, but a steering failure in the Model 3 and Model Y. And that's what you want in a semi-autonomous car, is one that can't steer with you behind the wheel, let alone on its own, right? But
wow,
the fines are for 25 different counties in California are going at them. It says it right there, for dumping toxic waste.
What?
And this isn't the first time. They literally mislabeled toxic waste and sent it off to a dump who figured out what it was. And they were like, we can't just bury this stuff. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Are you kidding me?
Just put it in a bin bag. No one will notice.
Exactly. Yeah. So in 2022, they were fined like $275,000 for violating the Clean Air Act, which followed by a second fine paid to the EPA. No, this was in 2019. But then they violated the Clean Air Act again in 2023. And then this is when they found the hazardous waste being sent to landfills. Violations occurred at more than 100 facilities. So literally they knew that, well, we can't get away with sending it all to one place. So we got to spread it around, make it okay. This is obvious, premeditated, right?
I hate to say it, but you know probably why. It's probably cheaper to pay the fines than actually do it in the proper procedures.
That's right. You look at the list here. Lubricating oils, brake fluids, lead acid batteries, aerosols, antifreeze, cleaning fluids, propane, paint, acetone, liquefied petroleum gas, adhesives, and diesel fuel. Holy God.
What are Tesla doing with diesel fuel?
I don't understand either.
It's what really powers the car. They just don't tell you.
Yeah, but this is this is the problem. Like, we face these problems so often when big business just think they're above the law and act this way. Imagine if government wasn't just a whole bunch of overpaid morons and they actually got off their asses and did something. Imagine how many of these people would get caught over time. It's unbelievable. Screw you, Elon. Screw you polluting, seriously. He should end up, I don't know, naked on a taxi?
Wow, yeah, it's raining men. Apparently, a bizarre video has captured the aftermath of a bloke falling from a tree and landing on top of a taxi. The cab's back window got smashed and the roof and boot were all caved in because of his dramatic fall. It caused quite a stir in Medellin in Colombia, with the wild scene unfolding as the taxi drove through the town centre. Wait, now, I know it's coming to it. The man, who is from Ecuador, is a bit of a mystery, as no one knows why he climbed the tree, why he fell, or why he wasn't wearing any clothes. Or they fell off when I fell. Even though he was hurt with a few knocks and scrapes, he was seen moving and chatting to people after the tumble. Who would let a naked man who's just fallen out of a tree come up and chat to
all
them for going out
bruised
loud?
and bleeding, just standing there with his thing flopping around? How you doing?
Yeah, that's weather. Oh, yeah. But after giving him first aid on the spot, I wouldn't want to put it there, but paramedics whisked him off to hospital. However, reports say he only had minor injuries. A video of the incident has since gone viral online.
Look at the roof of the thing. It's caved in like Captain America fell on it, Oh my God, minor injuries? Surprised his rib cage isn't crushed.
I love how the fact they pixeled out a bum. It's like, it's a bum. We know what bums look like. It's not too scary. Don't pixel it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Somebody says, this is not how you're supposed to hail a taxi. Another said, for those who don't know, this is how taxi drivers are born. Meanwhile, a fourth dubbed it as a glitch in the matrix. Police are currently investigating what happened during the incident. It's like a bizarre. This is what? Go on.
Well, a poor stork had been flying around with that guy for like 35 years trying to figure it out because somebody wrote the address down wrong, right? And he just said, fuck it, just dropped him.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's like a bizarre Terminator Back to the Future crossover. You know, he actually went home with the taxi driver, managed to secure the safety of his wife by getting rid of the robot that was sent from the future to kill him, and also went to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance with his daughter, and where they fell in love.
Yeah, no word yet if the Libyans survived their crash into the photo booth.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Marty McFly was there at the scene saying, "He's a peeping Tom."
Yeah,
with no clothes on.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse peeping Tom. You hide in the trees with no clothes on, hoping for people to see you.
I mean, as soon as you mentioned this, as soon as I saw this article when we were bringing it up, that's what I thought of, Jennifer or whatever, and Leah Thompson there putting his pants on her dresser.
Bizarre. There's so much to this story. We don't have anything. There is nothing to this story, to give you any information on. There is so much we want to learn from this. What the hell was going on? I will say that I suspect he had a stiffy that's responsible for breaking the back window upon impact. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine when he landed. He just had and it just went crunch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be a pro FCC show because once again, I'm going to applaud their efforts and hope that Canada, follows suit really fast. But the FCC in America are about to declare AI-generated voices and robocalls illegal under an already existing law. Wow. So they're going to skip the BS, not have a whole whack of money spent trying to amend something that clearly in its wording already blocks something that's just new, right? Enough BS. And I really applaud them for this, right?
They should go back a couple of steps, though, and make robocalls illegal.
Well, they pretty much are. Like, it's really coming. There's a database now you can put yourself in, and people are getting big fines and everything. They finally give a rat's ass. I mean, they're 40 years too late, but they finally do. But, so if this little glowing smiley face digital twit gives you a call, he's going to be the criminal. Or she, whatever. I don't know.
Hey. Is that what the Nigerian prince looks like? Because he keeps calling me. Oh, look at his little face. He's cute. I'll take a call from him. He seems all right.
But I think that's a good, swift response to AI being able to make robocalls and whatnot now and so on. So just, make it right off the bat illegal. I like it. I applaud it. And I hope other countries and areas pick it up real fast and keep it up.
Yes, please.
Hate those fuckers. So does this look like something that you would want to kick around with your foot?
Well, this is going to be a question for the chat. If not for the chat, later on you can come back in the comment section and give your thoughts to it, because a group of amateur archaeologists in England, on a second to last day of excavation, discovered this. So it's a mysterious artifact called the dodecahedron, because that's the shape of it, at a possible Roman site. Now, it's a circular copper alloy object between the size of a golf ball and a grapefruit. And they found, there's been about 100 of these found across Europe, according to the Norton Disney History and Archaeology Group. And, just describes it as one of archaeology's greatest enigmas because basically there's no known visual or written descriptions of dodecahedra in Roman literature, so they literally just do not know what it's for.
I think I do.
We'll come to you in a minute. There are some unproven theories, well, because you can't prove any of them, but they say it's a gauge, a rangefinder, a candlestick, okay, a die for gambling or gaming, or knitting gloves. Interesting. For example, but they can't. None of these can be supported by evidence. Okay, Dick, come on. What's your thought?
I think it's a construction tool. You have string wrapped around the little thingies, right? So you have string that you can use. You can let go of some of that string and hold it up in the air, and you got a plumb bob. And if you leave the holes open where the string would wrap around, that could be for judging, like, the size of maybe a spear in the small one, and a pole for, this or that, or something, like a measurement tool. I think it's a Swiss Army knife. It's a multi-device thing.
I think you're wrong, because I'm looking at it thinking, all these holes are different sizes. I think it's a cock measuring device.
Are you really a Roman?
just pop your cock in the device, and we'll match you up to your perfect mate. Well, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
It's from those places with the red lights.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's quite a complicated shape. For geometry. So interesting that they were using something like that. But so whatever reason, they just don't know. And the article goes on in more detail about how they don't know what it is.
Yeah. 35 pages of I don't have a freaking clue.
Yeah. So if you have any ideas, like I say, share it in the chat or share it in the comment section later on.
Penis measuring. So we talked about Netflix doing the big password sharing crackdown. And at the time, the prediction from our side was more companies will follow suit as long as the outcry on social media isn't too loud. It wasn't, so they are. Hulu, Disney Plus are cracking down hard starting on March 14th. So if you're sharing Hulu or Disney passwords with people thinking that you're getting around it and, saving money by sharing and stuff, it's all about to blow up in your face. Yet again, why I say turn to piracy.
I mean, what they're going to do? They're going to crack down on the person sharing and saying, "Oh, you've done a naughty thing, and we're going to take your privileges away." Or
it's in partnership with the mob. So I mean, there's probably a knock at the door, smashing of a vase or two, cracking of a kneecap. That'll be horrible.
Yeah, your streaming service looks a bit flammable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, TV looks a bit unsteady on top of that shelf there. Claude, do the TV.
Yeah. And now I understand from the company's point of view, if you pay for a family plan and it's up to 5 users, but you've got 12 people sharing the password, but they don't use it very much, so you always only have 4 or 5 logged in, so you figure it's okay. I get how people think that's okay. It's kind of like lending somebody a DVD, but I can see how the company doesn't want that either. The problem is the streaming companies have raised the rates of these services to the point of stupid. And if you're in the middle of a TV show, like let's say for some reason you're back watching Lost, and they'll have seasons 1, 2, 3, but they don't have the rights to 4, so you can't finish. Like it's ridiculous, It's so compromised from a user's point of view that you have to have Hulu, Disney, Netflix, and whatnot to get the full experience. And now we all pay as much or more as we did when we did it for cable.
Yeah. Well, my son has a Disney account, which I don't think he ever uses it. But he's shared out the password to me and the missus and stuff like that, and we barely use it either. Right. I would imagine this sort of thing is just going to blow up in the wrong direction for them, because then if they take away other people being able to see their streams, that's not going to convert into new memberships. And
that's right.
What's more likely is going to happen is the people who have are sharing the password, say, "Oh, okay, I'll just get rid of it," and they'll lose customers more than gain.
That's right. That's right. It's completely counterintuitive, but in modern big business, more and more decisions to push us to subscription and stuff and whatnot are based totally on greed and not for the customer. You remember back in the 80s when there was some hi-fi companies that, sure, it was a decently expensive product, but they put their heart and soul in it and made amazing stuff. That's kind of almost over now. It's just, how much more can we claw from your wallet for the same crap? Right? So yeah,
I see the like you say, piracy is going to get bigger.
Oh yeah,
people are going to get back to that and figure out how to do it. They'll just get bored.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're on the asteroid, right? I haven't screwed this up.
Ooh, we can do that one if you want.
See, I'm not sure, right? It's next in my list. So okay, here we go.
Right. Yeah. So everybody, don't look up. Because tonight is the night an asteroid the size of a skyscraper will pass close to the Earth. Today, yeah. The Hulk of space rock. Shut up! The Hulk of space rock is expected to soar within 1.7 million miles of our planet, but apparently there's no chance of it hitting us. Oh, boo! Where's the fun in that? Yeah. The Space Agency Center for Near Earth Object Studies estimates the asteroid between 210 meters and 480 meters across. Could be either. I don't know. This means it could be similar to the size of New York City's Empire State Building, or London's The Shard, or the size of 8 elephants in a double-decker bus in an Olympic swimming pool. Whatever. 4,000 bananas stacked on top of each other.
12 billion condoms, not in boxes.
Blown up. It's discovered in 2008, and the asteroid won't be back our way until 2032. Friday today is when it's expected to be the closest to Earth, so you can reach up and grab it. In 2032, it'll be much further away. So it's a harmless one. But they do say there are 3 much smaller asteroids, which are also following it on Friday, with more than tens of meters across, with another 2 on Saturday. So they're just whizzing past us all the time. And on Sunday, an asteroid roughly half the size of Friday's main event will swing by, staying 4.5 million away. Now, I'm not going to go any more into this because it's all just like statistics and blah blah blah. And
I once caught a fish this big.
But see, I've been both watching, For All Mankind, stuff like that.
Thought you were going to say Barney.
Well, Porny. Just think of it. All that material, all those resources that could be captured and grabbed and used and turned into Tesla cars or something.
Yeah, well, that creates pollutants, as we now know. So
it's interesting. Once we get to that age of space travel, we could actually be collecting all this crap.
You just need big carbon fiber fishing nets, and they got it right. No,
we'll send up flat earthers with big stop signs.
but not oxygen supplies.
No.
Speaking of people that seriously have drug problems, eBay has to pay out $59 million after the Department of Justice ties the sale of pill presses in the United States to fentanyl drug rings.
Wow.
I'm not sure about this because if I go into a hardware store and buy a hammer and then use that to cave in the face of my neighbor because his dog barks at 2 a.m., does the hardware store then get in trouble for selling me the weapon? No. I'm not sure that eBay's at fault for selling pill presses unless you're not allowed to sell them at all. Then that would be different, right?
Yeah.
You know,
it's an odd distinction.
Yeah. You know, yeah, eBay's denied wrongdoing, pointing to long history of assisting law enforcement and so on. But you know, under the CSA, all sales of pharmaceutical manufacturing equipment like pill presses and encapsulating machines must be reported to the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency. But the DOJ alleged that eBay skirted these requirements and did not maintain records identifying buyers and sellers. But if eBay is just an online auction site and a sales point, and somebody in China makes a pill push machine, sells it through eBay, but then ships it to America, is it truly eBay's responsibility? Because they didn't really sell it. They facilitated the sale by giving an online platform. Because if that's the truth, there are so many things that are not up to code that are sold on Amazon, like these fake things that will supposedly defrost the windshield of your car, but it's just a repackaged air freshener. Like, there's so many fake products, right?
Yeah.
You know? I'm not sure about this, you know?
See, they haven't cracked down my business where I buy like huge packs of bathroom mirror tiles and repackage them and send them individually as cocaine chopping boards. They seem to be happy with that.
Oh, that's funny.
That's probably because I don't supply the razors. You know, that would be dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, so yeah, I mean, people in the chat, right? You know, they are agreeing, you know, Amazon should be responsible for this shit more. And if that's the case, then yes, eBay should be more responsible. And maybe eBay should have been saying, okay, we sold another pill thing, right? That won't stop anything, though, because pill crunching machines are probably not much harder to build, honestly, than like t-shirt presses and stuff. And somebody in America will just start making them and selling them in the underground and stuff. You haven't solved anything here, right? You know, don't pat yourself on the back. This is not finished, right? But responsibility to the public in general through your marketplace, even if you're not the seller, you're the provider of the marketplace. That's the big that's the big one there. And I say that they should be liable or you know, responsible regardless, because you put up the marketplace, right? You know, in the end, right? You know, there should be more protections for the public, but tough one. You know, because at the same time, is a torrent site that just enables downloads responsible for the user's content? Because I can put up torrents of legal content, or I could put up torrents of pirated content, right? So is the torrent site liable, or is the user liable? It's one of those gray areas that the law has not really nailed down yet.
It depends when you upload the torrent, you go "Rawr" when you do it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you have your eye patch on?
Oh dear.
Well, I mean,
we're really out of time. We can quickly go to the last one, which is our sponsor tonight. It's Hello Fresh. Forget the dinner reservation this year, as sex brand Lilo has launching the UK's first food play delivery service to help the kinkiest amongst us spice up things on this holiday of love. That's right. Click and Lick is the UK's first food delivery service designed specifically for eating off your partner. Will be trailed on Valentine's Day, or trialed on Valentine's Day as food fetishes continue to rise in popularity. Yeah, my wife hates it when I eat fish and chips off her back. Keeps the tablecloth clean. This is called sploshing. It's the act of covering yourself or partner with food. I think whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and even baked beans. Ooh, or you could say baked potatoes. Yeah, no, this is mad. No, don't do it. It's just a box of stuff that you can just buy from the grocery. You know, you don't have to get it all packaged up. Hey, one of the things it comes with is a massage candle.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks yourself. Because quite frankly, I don't know. Don't want to know what you're doing with that massage candle.
Yeah, you think that's a bottle of liquid.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's got a handle on the back of it. Oh.
Okay.
Takes batteries.
Let's do thanks in the credits, and we'll see you like in 10 minutes on the after show. We'll probably be a little late starting it, but we're going to do our best, right?
Okie dokie, everybody.
All right. Boom, fellow baby. See you in a minute.
Bye.
And a big shout out for CF Beauty there, who's running things in the live chat, taking care of everything, research team and the mod teams and stuff. Speaking of, we got BME, Skits Crasher, PJ CNET, and NANA. And we got Maya Atkinson in the chat as well. Hey Maya, how's it going?
Yeah, and everybody who super chatted tonight and or whenever you super chat or anything like that, and donations and stuff. Thank you so much, because it helps keeps the lights on around here, keeps Dick happy, and keeps him in booze. And also, like to if you like the you subscribe to the show, your channel, you must be, because you're here. And if you haven't, subscribe to it, you numpty. You don't want to miss. And don't forget to like the video, give it a thumb up, and share. Please share this out to all your friends, your family, anybody else's family. I don't care who it is. Anybody. Just fall from the tree naked with the Shills written across your chest in biro.
See us in like 5 minutes, fellow babies. After show time it is.
Stay shilly.